What's going on, everybody? It's the Jedi 270. This is going to be a real quick review versus the build video that I did, because there's going to be a ton of editing involved in that video because it's freaking huge. Not only that, I made some mistakes and I don't want to look like a complete dope. So we'll just go over some of the mistakes I made and some of the problem parts. This is the GBB WOC M4A1 gas blowback challenge kit completed. It doesn't have a lot of wobble in it. I do suggest that if you don't have an armorer's wrench that you go over to Evike or somewhere and pick one up. They're relatively cheap, and plus owning a gas blowback is something that you will need again eventually if you decide to upgrade it or change parts out. I think they run about $25. What the armorer's wrench gives you is a star wrench for your delta ring, and it gives you a castle nut end for your stock. Everything on this gun is expected from GBB is stellar. It's full metal. The only parts on it that aren't are, of course, your handguard, your LE stock, and your pistol grip, which are all nylon. And as I said in other videos before, you can check the mold line to make sure it's nylon because it'll be the same color and it won't have any sheen to it. Echo 1 is really bad about building guns or rebranding guns and calling it nylon when it's just a mold line. And you know, you want to stay away from stuff like that. Educate yourself on it. I made one crucial mistake. The firing pin, the one part in the manual didn't tell me which was the firing pin, and I had a superfluous spring in there running around, and I put the mag in, it wouldn't fire. I went back over it and I was like, oh crap, I left out the stupid firing pin. And it wasn't until everything was in and I had sat down for a few minutes, and I gotta tell you, it runs really well. I mean, it kicks really hard, and to me the biggest surprising thing about it is it's extremely light. It's very lightweight. It's not going to weigh on you a lot, and for all you guys that like to load your rails down with a lot of stuff, you know, it'll eventually, you can have a lot of stuff on this weapon without it, you know, dragging you down from its initial weight only. Your flash hider is steel. Your outer barrel is machined aluminum. Your inner barrel is a 6.04 or a 6.05 rather, excuse me, barrel. The hop up on this one, if you watched my unboxing video, came assembled. The hardest parts that I had to assemble on this gun were the roll pins, and that's these little pins that go in the front side or in the forward assist, especially the forward assist, because that pin is really small and you have to have some tweezers to hold on to it and tap it in there. I highly suggest you use like a small tack hammer or a rubber mallet. These are some of the things that you learn from other people, what to do and what not to do, and precisely why I waited on this gun. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, it's a beautiful weapon. It does kick really hard, and Evike messed up and sent me a CO2 mag instead of a green gas mag, which I've contacted them to get that changed out. A word of warning, the GHK mags are very wide and they stick inside the mag well. You have to pound it home and you have to have two people to yank it out. So if you go with the King Arms, they say those are pretty nice. You're going to have a King Arms bolt. If you want to, just go ahead and spring for the extra $20 and get the GBB PMAG PTS mags for it. It's only going to look better and they're going to drop free and you won't have a problem. Or you can mod them like I'm going to do mine. It has a really nice polymer enhanced trigger guard, so you can run with gloves. I mean, it's just awesome. There's no other way to put it. It's a wonderful gun, and if you're looking to get into gas blowbacks, this is the cheap way to do it. To have something that on par once it's finished, you're looking at about a $600 rifle right now. And once I drop in the steel internals, it's only going to be worth a lot more. Now, another problem I had is the fake gas tube. The delta ring has to be lined up perfectly in order to put that through there and stick it through the body. It's not hard to put together technically. It's hard to put together stubborn. Okay, getting the holes to line up. Finally, I decided to use a round toothpick and put that through the. Once you get it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The trigger, the hammer lock. Things like that you have to hold on to it in 3 or 4 different places to get it in there. It took me forever to line it up, and finally I said, well, what I'll do is I'll just put a toothpick through there to hold it, and then push the pin in, and as the the pin goes in, it pushes the toothpick out the other side. So that's the best way to do it. Another guy did it with needle and thread. Your bolt is going to have a break-in period. The first time I did it, it wouldn't seat all the way. As you can see now, it goes all the way in there just fine. Just a little bit, it's just got a lot of newness to it. But for $200, getting a GMP gas blowback, you cannot beat it. You'll notice that a lot of your fire controls are in the steel gray color. I have taken off the flip up front sight because it's just gay as crap and it doesn't want to stay tightened. I put on a UTG A2 cut down sight on there, which this eventually will be an Imbus and all Magpul furniture, and we'll have it the way the Jedi wants it. So go pick yourself up one of these at Evike. You can't go wrong. It's a stellar gun. It's the cheapest way to get a gas blowback M4. You're not going to find any other gas blowback M4 on the market this cheap. You just have to get your hands dirty and learn a little bit in the process, which is going to help you to maintain this gun, because it will break if you break down on your maintenance schedule. It will happen. It's not a matter of how bad, and it's not a matter of will it, it's a matter of when it does it. So you have to make sure you maintain it. These things are no different than a real steel firearm. They need tender loving care, and you take care of it, it's going to take care of you. Awesome gun from GMP. You guys did a wonderful job. Merry Christmas to the Jedi. Merry Christmas to all you guys out there. I hope you get everything your heart desires this year. Thank you for supporting me on YouTube, and I really appreciate all the kind words. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.